again. Here we are to talk about WordPress some more, and this is the Nob Hill Gazette theme we've been working on. And right now, I have this single page, and on my single page, the text here, is not wrapping around the images. And if I go into the post here and I edit this post, what you'll see is that actually the text is wrapping around the images. So, why is that? Well, when I inserted an image here, and I'll do another one, maybe I'll place an image like right here and on this thing, right? So Hamilton Family Center, I'll just click in there and click Add Media. And then I'm going to choose images that are just uploaded to this post, because I know that I have some images here. Maybe it'll be this guy. Maybe I already used that one. Maybe this one, right? So I'll choose it, and then you can choose on the column here. You can pick a size. So I don't want the full size. I maybe just want the thumbnail. That's 150 by 150, right? And you can see I have all of those custom sizes too. So I could choose any one of the sizes that we created earlier too. But I'll choose the small one. And then I'm going to click Insert into Post. Okay. Actually, before I do that too, you'll see that there's an alignment option here. You can pick align left, center, or right. I'm going to leave it on none, and then click Insert into Post, and you can see there's my image. And another way to set the alignment for the image is to click on the image, and then it pops up with this little menu here. Like you can see there, it goes away, and when I click on it, the menu comes back. And what I can do is I can choose, align left or align right. Maybe I'll choose align right this time. And then that's another way of setting alignment. So it actually does the same thing as choosing it off the menu in the previous screen, right? So we'll just close. Oops, wait, I deleted that. I'm going to just click outside, right? So this guy's aligned left. So what happens when the images are aligned left or aligned right? Okay, what is happening there? Well, all that's happening is that WordPress is assigning a class to these images. So when it inserts the image into your post, WordPress is adding a class, and the class is align left, align right, align center, align none. Okay? So it assigns a class. So let me update that, and then when I go into my site here and I view the post, WordPress adds the alignment class, but really the alignment class doesn't do anything for us, right? It doesn't actually align anything. We need to assign styles to those classes to make the images align the way that we want them to align. Okay, so essentially we need to style the align left and align right class to float the image left or float it to the right. Okay, so so we need to add that in our style sheet. So anyway, there's my image there, right? And if I inspect this image that I just added, and you can do the other ones too, what you'll see is that this says image, size thumbnail, it's got some other stuff. And then above it here, since it's a link, it has an href, and then there's a div on it too. And the div here, if you look at it closely, it says class, WP caption, and align right. So when an image has a caption, it's wrapped in a div. If there was no caption, it would just be the anchor around the image, right? But anyway, that's the thing right there, is align right. So this is the class we need to style, and you'll see if I click on another one here. I don't know if this one was aligned on the other side. We'll inspect it, and you'll see here this one is aligned left, right? Okay, so how do we do that, right? So, this is actually a popular search on WordPress. Just search WordPress wrap text around image, okay? And you'll find a link to the WordPress codex, wrapping text around images, and they give you like some default code for your theme. And this is just regular, style sheet stuff. And you can overwrite this or write it yourself. I'm just to get started, I'm just gonna copy it directly. Okay, so I'll just copy that, and then I'll go to my style sheet, and I have this thing here called image style. So I'm gonna keep this with my image styles here, right? And they've kind of written it on, single lines like this, so it looks a lot shorter. But if we look at the code here, it just says image. The image tag with an align right class is going to be float right, and then it'll have margin, and essentially there's 0 margin on the top. Remember, this is floated to the right. 0 margin on the right, 1 M on the bottom, and 1 M on the left. And if it's floated to the left, they put the margin on the right side. Okay. And then you'll see this is image align center. So they just did this, display block, margin left auto, and margin right auto, and that should center the image on the page, right? So maybe I'll just format that so it's a little easier to read. And then they also styled the align right. So this is the case where we have a caption and the image is inside a div, and the div happens to have align right or align left, okay? And so if you want to add margin or padding to this, you can add that. We'll just test this one as it is and then maybe adjust it, okay? So I'll save all that. I'll make sure that my style sheet gets updated here, and then I'll head back to the browser and we'll refresh it. And there we go. So there's our images, and they're kind of aligned on the sides there. And this is like a little close here, right? So maybe we want to put a little bit of margin on, this one's float left, so we want to put margin on the right side, and this one's floated right, so maybe it wants the margin on the left, okay? So we'll go into our, and this could take a little bit of adjustment. I'll just do a quick adjustment here. So for the left aligned image, we'll say, margin, about 0 on the top, 1 M on the left, 0 on the bottom, and 0 on the left. And then for the align right image, we'll say margin, 0 on the top, 0 on the left, 0 on the bottom, and 1 M on the right side. Oh no, wait, on the left side, yeah. So this is like top, right, bottom, left, okay? So we'll save that, wait for it to update, and then refresh it again here. Oh, so that looks a lot better, right? Got a little bit of space there. And you could adjust this further, right? You could put a border on the image. You can do anything you want. But anyway, that should get you started there on styling the images in a post.